depths I have risen. Fear me. Fair doom from deep below.
Okay, so this is Captain Sam G, and as requested by Random XP, I've been playing The Incredibles. So it's only natural that I follow up on a request by Padarin to play the sequel. So here I am with The Incredibles, Rise of the Underminer. And after the opening cutscene, I'll actually load into another save where I have...
My robot minions are legion. There is no stopping them. They shall overwhelm and crush you.
I'll load into another save where I have Mr Incredible and Frozone much more upgraded. Not fully, but much more, and I might not upgrade them anymore for the entire game.
Time to begin our little test of wills, where you will lose.
Sort of setting my own little difficulty settings, and I'll explain why I've
It won't be long until you are begging for mercy. Give it about an hour.
And I'll explain why I've upgraded the characters as I have when I get to the next upgrade screen. So, little recap from the last movie, when we last saw The Incredibles. So, the ending of the first movie, where this new threat rises up from the ground, looking for a fight.
Behold the Underminer! I am always beneath you, but nothing is beneath me! I hereby declare war on peace and happiness! Soon all will tremble before me!
Alright, loading in to the Underminer threat, and we'll get to see how this game stacks up to the new Incredibles 2 movie, or at the very least like the first 10-15 minutes.
Like the underworld, and I will rule the above from beneath the entire planet.
Who is this guy?
You will all be crushed within my grip.
Whoever he is, he's shown up in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's showtime.
The first 15 minutes where the Underminer will actually be in the movie.
And begun the rise of the Underminer.
Honey, we'll go after the Underminer. You and the kids stop those drills. Let's go.
And unlike with the last game,
Watch out!
Look out! We need to get to that madman before he destroys the whole city.
Then what are we waiting for?
Okay, let's go.
unlike with the last game where we got to play as the entire Incredibles family, now we've split up and it's just down to Mr Incredible and Frozone to stop the Underminer. Working together,
Watch out!
It's raining boulders. Keep moving.
Whoa! And cars too?
Come on.
That was close.
more important than the falling cars and boulders, there's a bunch of chickens round here for some reason. Alright, let's forge on ahead. And yeah, Mr Incredible's might and power, Frozone's ice abilities, freezing everything up. And hello you.
What is that? And a transport vehicle.
Robots! The Underminers using robots.
Then we don't have to play nice.
Take them out!
Oh boy, everything's going to hell. Entire buildings collapsing, drills decorating the landscapes. City.
Raider opened us a path.
Let's try out those jumping skills, big man.
Race it to the top.
The city has been in far better shape than this. And we've only just defeated the Omnidroid.
Time is just right. It's all in the timing.
Get them. That wasn't so hard.
Look, more tin men.
The Underminer must have sent them to stop us.
Let's send them back to what's that? Earthquake!
The Underminer's machines.
I think he's up to something down and dirty.
Not if we stop him first. This way.
Okay, maybe I need to slow down a bit. I'm completing sections before the characters can finish talking about what they're supposed to be talking about. They're discussing one section of the game and then I've already beaten it, gotten past it, and now they're interrupting themselves. And hello you guys. Not going to let you impede our progress.
What do we have here?
Watch out, he's got some kind of missile.
Well, show him
Yeah, or we can freeze up the explosive projectiles that are being launched at us and have Mr. Incredible with his amazing strength.
Along this path.
I could sure use some cover.
There's cover behind that debris.
Ooh, looks like somebody's been busy.
We need to get to those towers. Watch those missiles.
Heads up!
Have Mr. Incredible launch them right on back. And yeah, it hasn't been too long since we defeated that giant Omnidroid that was destroying the city. So everything's probably only just recently been rebuilt and now it's all getting destroyed once again. And yeah, as I go through the levels and I'm coming up against barriers and stuff, I'll have Mr. Incredible punch them down, because he is stronger and he can punch them down quicker, as well as, well, it's really his job. And yeah, as I've been upgrading these guys, I've focused for Mr. Incredible on strength and health, so just pure damage.
Stay frosty now.
And when it comes to Frozone, I've been focusing on his freezing ability, so enemies can be frozen incredibly quickly. Oh, nice one. And as you've been seeing, whilst I'm playing as one character,
This guy's spoiling my dinner plate. Come on, let's head through that gap.
the one I'm not playing as does their own thing. So they try fighting against the baddies, and if projectiles are being launched at them, they try dodging them. And the dodging in this game,
The Underminer! Your tiny army will be crushed. The surface will be under the shadow of the Underminer.
You hear that?
Woohoo! Sounds like he has a plan.
I think all bad guys like the sound of their own voice.
Let's keep going.
the dodging in this game is a hell of a lot better than in the last game. Rather than coming to a complete standstill and then dodging left, right, or jumping up, instead it's much more fluid. Just at any time you can dodge. Frozone leaving behind a streak of ice on the ground. Mr. Incredible, he just rolls around. Or if I'm going forwards and then start moving backwards, he does that, which I like, so I'll be probably dodging a hell of a lot more in this game than in the last one. This one feels a lot more natural and doesn't suddenly slow the game down to a crawl.
Hey, I can see light through there.
You could just break through that wall. Oh, bust that wall down.
You got it, Frozone. War obliterated.
It's blocked off. Let's head up the ramp.
We're almost there.
Your weapons are useless against these surface dwellers. I am above your puny annoyances. Behold and tremble. The Underminer brings doom from below.
And what I really like
Batteries versus muscle. Muscle wins.
Let's knock them out of gear.
is all these robots have an Underminer theme to them. Seeing as he lives underground, he's all about digging and
Prepare for the wrath of the Underminer.
yeah, all about drilling and digging. So all the bots have their own digging theme. Some of them have giant shovels on the end of their arms, some of them have drills, some of them have these
You won't roll to me for mercy. Robots, shoot down the flying machine.
Why do these guys always have an attitude problem?
There he is.
That's him. That is the Underminer? More like underwhelming.
My machines will keep order on this surface. Watch over mankind. You will be dominated. Magnificent. Behold, power of the Gillian bots.
Stop there, Underminer. It's time to end this.
Is that all we're dealing with?
Well, that's what I call a good worker. Now, back to business. We know where he went, so let's follow him.
yeah, they all have their own themes, all about digging and drilling. So some have shovels, some have drills, some have saw blades. It's very nice. And as you just saw there, but the characters were just talking non-stop, so I didn't want to talk over them because this game doesn't have subtitles. Both of the characters, Mr Incredible and Frozone, have amazing super finishing moves. Mr Incredible's all about pounding the ground, Frozone launching ice up into the air so it rains down on the enemies. So this is the upgrade screen. As you can see, I've upgraded Mr Incredible's health and his power punches to full, so all about strength and power. Haven't fully upgraded his Incredislam because doing shockwave damage, same as a super move, I haven't upgraded that, so I can only do one at a time, and I'll probably focus on Frozone's finishing moves instead, because it just seems weird. If you're able...
With all these powers, I will still defeat you.
And I love Underminer talking over all of the option screens and upgrade screens and main menu screens. Very nice. He's a lot more effective than Frozone was back in the last game. Yeah, it always seems weird to me that if you're able to do such gigantic power just hitting the ground and causing a shockwave, to the effect that Mr Incredible can just destroy a small army of bots.
Weapon behind was part of his plan.
He may have been anticipating us, so we should be ready for anything.
Come on.
He can destroy a small army of bots just by punching the ground and the shockwaves get them. Then shouldn't he be able to one-shot any robot he comes across by punching them in the chest? Wouldn't that finish them up? No? Okay then. So yeah.
This is unstable. Watch out for a cave-in.
How deep is this guy gonna run? Where does he think he's going? Down?
Come on, Zone. Bad guys always run. They live for the chase. Besides, looks like you could use some exercise.
Hey now, at least I can still fit in my fursuit.
Stopping to destroy you is not worth my time, surface dwellers. You'll be outpaced by mechanical minions.
Shockwave types attacks, I haven't upgraded a lot for Mr Incredible. And for Frozone, fully upgraded his freezing abilities, and once enemies are frozen they take a lot more damage, especially from these gliding attacks that Frozone does, as he hops onto his ice surfboard, whatever it's classified as. Okay, Frozone, make us a path, build us a bridge. And if there are any other superhero type games that you'd like to see me play, feel free to suggest them. If I like the look of them, I'll play them at some point. Okay, is he done? I think so. And yeah, I think the major downfall of this game is just saw Frozone getting tagged by a couple of those flying grenades. Sometimes the characters, when you're not playing as them, the one that's just being controlled by the computer,
That broken down behemoth back up there.
they're not brilliant. They dodge sometimes, but a lot of the time they end up getting hit. And sorry buddy, but if it's just a straight path between me and you, you're not much of a threat. I'll just run over to you
Don't worry.
and wreck you.
Plenty of things
And
to go
I can always
Temperature's dropping.
dodge out of the way if your bombs are becoming a bit of a nuisance. Okay, so drilling bots with drills on their heads and spiky clubs for arms. Oh, and they're especially weird because they can suddenly go underground and pop out somewhere else. And you'll see later on when we come to sections that are like platforms, it doesn't really make sense. It's like Diglett and Doug Trio when you spawn them instead of just in the ground, like on a chair or on a table or something. How does that work? Where's the rest of their body? Okay, Mr. Incredible. Need to lift this up. So there are some ways that Frozone can be inhibited and he's unable to go on ahead.
These guys again? Didn't you learn your lesson in the parking lot?
Giant vault doors that need to be lifted out of the way. Well, Frozone can't do anything about that. He'll just be stuck there forever. turbines with spikes on them continuously spinning around. Mr. Incredible can't do anything against them. If he tries punching them, they'll just get damaged. So Frozone has to freeze them up. Yeah, the two of them working together. Each of them has their own strengths, and one could not progress without the other. Okay, let's take this huge box, huge metal crate, because inevitably, if I'm remembering correctly, yeah, there we go.
Ice Bridge! Are you the one with the ice powers? I need to find some stable ground or it'll fall to pieces.
Don't worry, there's stable ground just here. And yeah, as we go through this section,
Those robots are a problem. Distract them, I'll create the path.
How?
yeah, too late. Okay, once again, interrupting the dialogue before they can finish their thought process. How? They're on the other side of that canyon. Do I have to be the brains and the something? Throw stuff at them. And yeah, I defeated all the enemies before that could be said. So, another ice bridge, now everything's nice and quiet. And, oh, okay, no more. Oh, is he gonna make the shot? Oh, okay, Mr. Incredible, get in front. Alright, luckily, the ice bridge managed to block a few shots. Okay, let's just do this. There we go. Job done. Enemies taken care of. Yeah, luckily the ice bridge
Destroy them! My master plan demands my attention! I have no time for idle diversion.
was a little bit armed, so those bombs hit the top of the bridge. But I tried moving Mr. Incredible in front of Frozone so he could just continuously build the bridge and Mr. Incredible would tank those hits for him.
Now that's just plain wrong. Man, we can't follow him that way.
Gotta be a way to cross.
Now there's gotta be a spot around here somewhere.
And yeah, as you can see, it takes like 10 hits from... Oh, I saw a little flashy thing just there.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
All clear.
Alright, just more secret artwork.
Coming up.
As you saw, Frozone, when he's just punching the enemies, it takes like 10 of them to defeat a small, insignificant little bot. Mr. Incredible, like 2 or 3 hits and they're done. Unless Frozone freezes them up, in which case it's 1 or 2 hits either from Mr. Incredible or Frozone. So yeah, going to be switching characters a hell of a lot as I go through this game. These bigger enemies though, they don't take a lot more damage once they've been frozen. Not a lot. Oh, and you know what? If there's a bunch of these guys and this one's going to drop some super incredible power for me anyway, I'll use another Incredi move.
Would you let them get through? Stop these useless land lubbers, or I'll shut you all down and send you to the melting pool.
That's okay. We can find our own way, thanks.
Somehow, I don't think they're here to escort us.
Landlubbers as if he's a pirate, because instead of going around on the open seas, he's beneath the earth. Wouldn't that make him like a super landlubber?
My new sludge station or beyond. This shall be a grand day indeed for the Underminer.
Okay, get all these guys out of the way. Come on, move it, move it. Coming through here. Okay, a couple more big uns. Luckily, their huge attacks end up hitting the enemies around them, so they do damage to each other, they do damage to the small bots, which is just fine by me.
Machines, behold, the enemy lies at our doorstep. Destroy them and bring their limp bodies to adorn my throne.
Oh, come on, come out, there you are. Oh, and I didn't actually get to throw him. Seems I can only hold on to the bad guys for so long before they break out of Mr. Incredible's grasp and they wriggle free.
Underminer